It's good to have you back, Light.
It's good to be back.
Things got crazy. Yaku was on production.
Hmm.
There was all types of nonsense going on. No,
How did
I'm
that
kidding.
go?
He did a great job.
Were things on fire?
It was fine. Yeah, no, everything was fine, but somehow if Yaku's casting, everything's on fire. I don't know how, but here we are in the map that is called Death Aura LE. We're looking in the base of the blue Protoss player. He is very familiar. He is playing for Alpha X Latin America. He is Dastan.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tailon.
This is an interesting battle I like to see. Peru versus Chile.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if I thought this or if I said it out loud, but I think if Tailon wants to gain my respect, he needs the proxy and he needs to be cheesy this entire time.
Oh yeah.
There's no way he's gonna beat Dastan in a PvP. Not because he's not good, but because Dastan is Dastan.
Oh yeah. Definitely, like this is a good start already with that proxy pylon. Meanwhile, Dastan, he is going around with his own probe, searching for something, some kind of shenanigans. And mate, all right, so something that you would love. Last night, we had the final qualifying match. It was a PvP. It went all 5 games, and then it was there were proxies, there were DTs, there were base races. It was, you would have loved it. You would have loved it.
That sounds amazing. Oh, I saw the base race one when it came down to the pylon and the gas. I did see that. I was going through the VODs and like kind of skimming through because I was trying to find just the light casting and you're staggered. So I watched a couple games and I saw that one game. That was hilarious.
Where Blisk, he was ahead by like 50 plus supply. Like he had the biggest army ever and he only had like a gas and a pylon. Feels bad, man.
The thing that threw me off that I couldn't really see was like, there was like a couple of zealots that somehow took out one pylon to the left while the stalkers linked up to the gas.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the zealots got behind the army. Like there was like immortals and something else shooting at it, I think, and it somehow killed the pylon at the same time the stalkers blinked up on the other side and killed the gas and another pylon. And he won the game in a base trade with the left army or something like that. It was ridiculous.
He was robbed.
Yeah, I bet he was pissed about that game.
Yeah, there was another game in that series where DTs came in and Bliss didn't have any detection and he just couldn't get anything out. Like, anyway, Dastan found the proxy.
Yeah, he found it and shut it down. As expected. I mean, putting the robo there kind of, I get it, but it exposes it.
Yeah. Like, it's
like,
what revealed it.
Being behind the rock, yeah. Being behind the rock, it's hard for your opponent to go over there and look at that, but if you put it out here in front, it's pretty obvious. Like you said, that's what revealed it.
And because of that, the first pylon went down, the second pylon's going to go down, everything is depowered. Sure, Tailon has 4 stalkers, and he's trying to repower this, but yo, Robo's going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as bad as an opener gets.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you invested into the robo, you didn't get to make an immortal or anything out of it. It goes down, and Dastan, he's looking good. Got his own immortal on the way.
If Tailon can hold though, he's got 2 bases.
True, and he did recall home.
Yeah. So maybe if he can get another warp in here.
Oh.
Microed the wrong stalker, not very common of Dastan here.
Oh yeah, and they're just kind of going blow for blow, just trading 1 stalker each. And with the defender's advantage, like Tailon, he survives.
Yeah, and with that, Dastan takes the second base now.
Yeah, a little bit slower, but Dastan does have the advantage with the immortals. Like he has the faster robo, he has the immortal, he's gonna have a warp prison, and with all this, he can just go across the map. Yeah,
and I like the immortal. He got the early immortal. He's getting the warp prison. Yeah, he's gonna be able to do some damage here. I always like when they have a get kind of like creative with the force fields they put down and go into the main and force field off a ramp or something. That's what I'm looking for here, because those sentries really got to pay for themselves. I'm not quite too sure how the shield that they generate does in fights. I never really looked into that ability.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess it does help. I don't know how much impact it has, you know, like whether it like makes or breaks an engagement.
I never know if I should like just throw out some shields or if I should throw down some force fields or whatever they're called. You know, it's always a weird option here, but the defense is looking good for Tailon. I'm surprised neither of them went for a hallucination scout.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like the shield battery. You know, overcharge is always available to him as well.
Yeah, and he's gonna get a pretty good engagement with his shields here, little force fields.
Yeah, he just picks off 2 stalkers, gets the others behind the force field, takes down the shield battery as well before overcharge gets used.
With 2 stalkers, mind you, he has 2 stalkers here doing all his work. That's how scary one immortal is.
It's terrifying.
Oh, and he did it. He did it. He walled them off. Dastan was listening.
Funada Dastan.
Yeah, I mean, Tailon's trying to get his own robo now again after losing his first one. And this is looking like a nice W for Dastan here. He just has to continue this push. Maybe make some more force fields and shield batteries. Or not shield batteries, just sentries and force fields.
Yeah, he's just gonna focus it down. Like Tailon, he just can't even get down his ramp, especially not against an immortal like this.
Yeah. And I think we just see Dastan micro his way to victory here.
Yeah, I mean the Nexus is gonna be going down. Like there is a sentry here, but it does immediately go down. Tailon is forced to pull the boys, but there's just too much here, man. Dastan, he's good.
Yeah, GG. What a guy. Just taking over the entire bracket. I'm just kidding. This is the first game of the day, I think.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it is awesome seating.
Oh, and you know what? You know, we are getting into this series and we will be finishing it, and his opponent is already ready and waiting.
Nice. Hopefully the rest of the bracket goes pretty decently fast, because oftentimes with this big of a bracket, we see someone waiting in the finals and there's still like a second round going on. Someone is still in their first matchup somehow.
Yeah. Again, this is one of the last for round 1 matches that are going. But after this finishes, B Lord, the Peruvian player, is ready and waiting, and that's going to be a pretty sick matchup.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like Kuro posted the clip.
Oh no, clip of what?
of the base trade of the when.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I saw that one. That was epic. Oh, in chat, nice. Yeah, if any of you guys watch that in the north center part of the map, a couple stock zealots like snuck in there and somehow took out the pylon. That was just absolutely nuts. But enough about that game. We're in this game right here, different sort of PvP, hopefully just as exciting. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner, he is playing for Team Alpha X, representing Chile. It is Dastan.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the other Chilean Protoss. As I did just check, he is representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tailon.
Yeah, interesting. I mentioned it the other day with Yaku, and I've said it to you before too, but it's weird how a lot of the Latin American players don't always have Spanish names.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the Koreans don't either.
I mean, I feel like for the Koreans it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Especially because it's weird. In Korean StarCraft, the Korean commentators usually introduce the players by their IRL name.
Yeah, by their actual
Yeah.
government. Which I guess they probably just made a nickname up so that Americans and English-speaking people could identify them without learning the Korean translation.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of weird how that happens. It's interesting. I don't think that's the case here when it comes to the Latin American players, but yeah, like I don't know if I should like add like a Spanish accent to the name or not. Like I don't know how it's like meant to be pronounced.
Yeah, it really throws me off. I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce it in English or Spanish, and it gets pretty interesting.
Like eggs, for example. He's called eggs. Why isn't he called El Huevo? You know, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Why is it in English?
What if this guy's name is Tailon? like a tail from an animal is on. Tail on, but we're over here like Tailon, Tailon. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. He's an animal. He just could be a tail.
Yeah. Or he could be like that thing from Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, if you know that guy. He can like detach his tail and put it back on.
That's awful, by the way. Like it's like attached with like a nail or something, you know? It's like, wait, like
I think they're making fun of pin the tail on the donkey, which I also don't understand. Like, is that a thing that people used to do in the country? I've never heard of that in Texas.
Right?
Like they chop it off of the donkey and then nail it back to the donkey.
Jesus.
That sounds pretty messed up.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, why did that become a thing? Like as a children's like party game or whatever. Like
pin it down the donkey. Yeah, people don't actually do that. That's not a real thing.
Really?
I would know. I'm from Texas. Or if they do, they don't tell me about it.
You're like, if that happened anywhere, it would have been Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Maybe somewhere else. There's some more country places in Texas. Maybe in Tennessee or something.
Oh my! Look again. Kentucky. In my mind, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, they're all next to each other. Okay, they're all.
They're all just one big state.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
what's the other one?
Much. And then that makes me think. You know, that character in Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, he was a pretty messed up character. I think he like had depression and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And his tail would always fall off.
You know, yeah.
It's a lot, like being an adult and looking at that is very interesting now.
You know what it is? The stigma against mental health. It all started with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, yeah. Winnie the Pooh was the first one to openly speak on mental health without actually speaking on it.
Yeah, yeah.
They just put a depressed a depressed donkey in there with no tail.
Oh God.
But speaking of depressed donkeys,
Tailon's
doing pretty good here. Tailon.
You know, he is. You know, both players have expanded. Tailon, to be fair, he did waste a couple more resources in these shield batteries, but he's just trying to be safe. You know, he's playing against Dastan, right?
I just wish there was something more cheeky going on here.
Yeah, like Tailon, you know, he turned it on in game 1 with the proxy, and honestly, like on a map like Romanticide, where like there's a lot of dead space, like there's a lot of potential for proxy pylons.
There's rocks everywhere, high ground, bases cut off from other things.
Yo, I've seen Protoss players throw down a proxy on one side of this mineral wall and then like warp in on the other. Like, mate.
Yeah, I've seen that too. There's a lot you can do with this map as far as proxies go, and Tailon just did not. He disappointed there.
He didn't deliver.
He didn't deliver. He didn't show up.
He didn't pin the tail on the Tailon.
Yeah, he didn't come with his tail on.
There you go. There he goes. He's going tailless right now. Oh my God. This is what I miss.
If he did put his tail on, it would probably be between his legs right now because of the opponent he's playing.
The wits on this channel.
Maybe the shield batteries are a tell on how scared he is of Dastan.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, he's terrified of Dastan, and Dastan hasn't even pushed out. You know, he's just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you know, like, he's just working on his upgrades. We got Blink on the way, +1 on the way. Meanwhile, the Forge was later for Tailon. He has his Twilight Council, but I don't think he got Blink. No, never mind. He does have Blink. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, so he's just gearing up here. I don't know quite for what. Does he really think he's going to out macro Dastan?
I mean, if you're gonna do anything, and if you're gonna take out a Protoss player of a higher caliber, disruptors, man. That's what you need.
I mean, if you're gonna take a player out of any caliber, it's disruptors.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything from M Canning, it's disruptors.
Disruptors
and mothership.
Yeah, and mothership, exactly.
All M Canning knows is disruptor and mothership.
Hey, you know what? Because of that, he's the best Protoss in America.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Darking, for the updates. Egg 2-0 Zion. Spoiler alert. For not really a spoiler, because that's what you're here watching for.
Oh my god.
Find out who's winning. Oh, here it is. Oh wow. Okay. Dastan's like, okay, I should probably respect that a little bit more. Now I think Tailon's just trying to go the distance here. Every moment you are, even though this observer's right above him, but every moment you go on in this game is another moment you can talk about with your friends. Like, yeah, took Dastan all the way to the 10-minute mark.
yeah, I did it. That was me.
Yeah,
on the CranKy Ducklings
Go
stream.
watch the VOD.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, well,
maybe this game will be a story that Tailon will be telling for a long time.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, you know what? He has his first disruptor out, right? And Dastan, he is maneuvering over to the right-hand side, but there is a shield battery. Like Tailon, he does respond.
And of course, the shield battery's first thing to go. Blink micro, probably not the best here. He blinked into that attack. Oh no, he's gonna lose 2. No, okay. He blinked into that attack, which that was probably the worst way it could have gone for Tailon. But Dastan was not able to get the damage he wanted there. So he is denying the damage from Dastan, but at the same time, Dastan's taking his 4th base there. I thought it was his 5th, but it's 4th. He's gonna get all these destructions free, and just keep getting out of there. See what he can get each time.
Yeah, look at that beautiful, beautiful blink micro. He's able to just micro back, take what he can. And what's surprising to me is that Dastan has still not thrown down a robotics bay. Like, he's just going full like mass gateway units.
Yeah,
and
I feel like it's gonna be a big disrupt. Oh no, okay. I was gonna try and disrupt him. He's gonna save that shot. At the same time, this base is getting attacked with all the stalkers, and if he really wants, he can just blink back and forth and take this base out for sure, and then just go ahead and blink out at his own discretion. He's now sitting on 4 bases versus 2, so at this point, Dastan can just sit back and also harass with these stalkers to keep Tailon at home and not retaliating.
That was beautiful, by the way. Like, he was able to distract, pull the army away. A bunch of the production is even depowered because of those zealots, and then the beautiful blink stalker micro able to take out a Nexus. He's gonna do it again.
Oh my god, and Talon's coming back. Yeah, honestly, watching a real Protoss player with some blink mic. Protoss is like the microable unit race, and it's so beautiful. It's like an artist painting a picture.
Oh my god, and he focuses down both disruptors before any shots go off, and right now he's just styling on his opponent.
That micro. Blink forward, blink forward. And yeah, honestly, you just can't beat micro.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I was surprised Tailon turned around and went back home. I was like, man, just go for the base trade. like you gotta do something. But the problem is, like, when you're up against a Protoss player, like Dastan, he can just recall whenever he wants. You know, it's like, it's so difficult to pull something like that off. Which is why Bliss shouldn't have lost the base trade. Okay, he could just recall that. He could just recall to protect his Nexus. What was he doing, mate?
That's hilarious. StarCraft has been pretty good lately. It's impossible to keep up with all of it, but if you watch any of it, you're gonna get some good games, man. The level of play and the way players are the meta right now is just very entertaining.
Oh god. Alright, now Dastan, he's got his Blink Stalkers. Now he finally has disruptors of his own, even a random Immortal thrown in there, because why not? And Tailon, he's just got to hold on. You know, Dastan, he's looking to just end it.
Yeah, he's not got much options here. He can defend for as long as he wants, but he's down on bases. He's playing Dastan. I'm surprisingly, they're even on upgrades just about. Dastan's going for the DT transition now. I wouldn't say transition, but he's gonna mix in some DT harass now. Surprisingly, he only has 1 Immortal, not opting for really too much of the rover production, but this is a good catch for Tailon. If he didn't get too anxious with that blink, it would have been better.
Oh god!
Dastan's gonna target fire down the first disruptor. At this point, I'm not even surprised. Like after that the first couple engagements, I'm like, of course he's gonna target fire that down.
Yeah, and this is kind of dangerous because Tailon, he recalled and the disruptor was exposed, but it looks like it will get to the safety of the rest of the stalkers, forced to cancel his fourth.
Good call on that cancel.
Mm.
Some people get a little bit stubborn and try and hold when they know they can't, and not again. Okay, that was a good blink. It's hard to call it there. I don't know what makes them call it one way or the other, but Dastan knows when to blink and knows when to stay there and cancel the shot from the disruptor. Tailon always leaving this position, and you should know that he's going to get attacked because at the same time, Dastan sent a couple units into the main, and he's just going to do his beautiful blink micro here. This is like trench warfare.
Every single time Dastan comes out ahead in the disruptor shots, Jesus even snipes both disruptors again.
I wouldn't mind just that being a professional sport. Blink stalkers and disruptors versus blink stalkers and disruptors.
Yeah.
It's already given the units, and I just want to see who micros better.
Yeah, it's just always so impressive, and you want to see players like Dastan or like Parting as well with like impeccable micro.
Oh my god, Parting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parting, that would be great. I want to see Parting versus Dastan. I mean, obviously Dastan wouldn't win, but
it'd be fun though.
Yeah, it'd be fun though. Maybe Parting versus Darkness.
And GG gets called.
GG gets called, and that was game number 2. So that means the anticipated Dastan is moving on up in the bracket.
Yeah, and now he's going to be going up against a tougher opponent. I would probably say currently the best Peruvian player. He's going up against B-Lord.
Ooh, you would say the best Peruvian player?
Oh, yeah.
All of the Peruvians out there, you better get on light. Talking crap about y'all.
Okay.
He hates y'all. He said y'all are terrible.
Hold on. So the only exception, depending on how you want to put it.
Now you get personal. Now you're like, none of y'all are anything except this one other guy.
Hold on. The only other person that you could argue is Ryu, but he's half Italian. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ryu is half Italian.